Okay, so I'll introduce our superstar PM team. We've got Sharif. So Sharif's Confluence PM. We have Mairead as well, who's kick-ass Jira PM. And Jens, who's our DevTools PM as well. So I think we have 2 mics. Let's open it up for some questions. Do you want to do the mic? Or Verity? I know there's a couple of hands up when I was talking, so.
Is there any questions?
Yeah, just a quick one regarding HipChat. Maybe it's just me that's technology broken. Is it possible to? I know it goes to the HipChat chat room, but can it go from HipChat chat room back to Confluence? Or is it a one-way directional? If you know what I mean.
Yeah, so at the moment it can't. Are you talking about just copying chat results onto Confluence pages? Or?
Yeah, so I know it goes from Confluence to HipChat, but can it go the other way around?
Yeah, so the question's about just getting HipChat content and publishing that to Confluence. So actually we have a feature in our backlog that's looking at improving that and improving the copy, paste, and publish from HipChat into Confluence out. So at the moment, there's nothing out of the box that gives you that, but you can certainly do it by just highlighting text and doing that. But that's where it's at right now, yeah.
Hello. This is going to come across as a flame, but it's not meant in such a way. There was Jean-Michael, you asked what's the take-up of Confluence 5? And I didn't see a raging number of hands being raised. Why do you think that is?
I was in the bathroom, so I missed the hands thing. So, what was the take-up? Who's actually used Confluence 5?
No, installed Confluence 5.
Oh, installed. All right, cool. Right, so maybe about a little bit less than half here. How many have installed Confluence 5 behind the firewall, so have not? Right, so 10, 15, right. The question was, why do we think we haven't seen a huge uptake?
It's free.
It's free. Yeah. It's definitely free if you've paid your license. I think it really is it takes a while for people to upgrade, change management. So I certainly was a customer. I came from a large 7,000 person organization, and for me to upgrade Confluence required talking to IT, talking to management, getting some change process done. So not only is there the internal politics side, but there's also the change management side. So we had a lot of internal custom plugins, that kind of stuff, which we needed to upgrade before we'd upgrade Confluence. So we generally see the behind the firewall customers are sometimes anywhere from 6 to a couple of years behind what the latest version is. It varies depending on the size of the customer and the environment they're in.
So he's the flame now.
I knew it was coming.
Because we really, really want to use Blueprint. Except you frickin' changed your look and feel so much that the change management aspect is so massive. You make my life difficult, man. Thank you.
My mum would just not be proud of me right now hearing that. So I'd actually be really interested to hear your feedback. To be honest with you, the biggest change we've had in the Confluence's history was who here used to use Wiki Markup before Confluence 4, right? So the biggest change we've ever seen was the Confluence 3 to 4 jump. That was a change that I certainly learned a lot from it. We had some really good feedback, but huge challenges with change management, definitely. The 4 to 5 one, I'd love to talk to you about that.
It's the so from what I understand before my time, the techie literate were whinging about 3 to 4 before my time.
Yeah.
The techie illiterate are whinging about 4 to 5, and they're harder to convince.
Right.
They're managers.
Yeah, so certainly Confluence 5 was about making the life easier for the non-techie users. So I'd love to talk to you about specifics about that. To be honest with you, I'll be quite frank. I haven't seen many negative issues at all about the Confluence 5. We've had actually great feedback. Yeah, the transition's been, I actually haven't even heard, if anyone's had challenges using the Confluence 5 transition, I'd love to talk to you afterwards and we can, yep.
This is a shared feeling from talking to another fellow Atlassian user. Both of us and both of our companies have basically, we work with other companies who also use your products. So we have that issue where we go, well, are we in our Confluence or your Confluence? Are we in our Jira or your Jira? And what we really need is some kind of shared system or shared API between, common Jira tasks, common Jira pages, common projects, so that everybody's seeing what's happening and there's transparency in that when, if you want to know what happened, you don't have to kind of go, oh, can I get permission to go back into your system to see what happened? That history and that transparency is so important in the products that when you lose it, it's, if you kind of shut out, it can be hard to answer those questions.
Sure. And so, do you guys have is it more a permission issue, or is it more like, hey, we just want to have one instance where everyone sort of talks to each other?
Okay, so I work for a company, and I'm a digital PM, and I have developers and freelancers, and that's great. But sometimes I engage another agency to contract on work and they use they've got their own cloud system of Atlassian, of the Atlassian suite, and it's that decision of, well, are we going to manage this project in our cloud system or in your cloud system? And it would be nice to kind of have a way of sharing that.
Okay. We have a remote issue copy, and so I don't know if that can help in this scenario. I know from talking to other customers, they actually they have everyone in on the one instance, and then they manage things more at the permission level in regards to what you have access to. I don't know if that could help you in this case, but we don't have any one designated feature to sort of.
I think it's as more and more people take up the Atlassian products, which is a great thing, that we're going to hit this more and more. I had never hit this before until this last year. My friend here has had the same thing, and it's becoming that thing of going, well, where is it going to be? So, yeah, I'll pass this.
We've been having the same issue where I work. Possibly one thing that we were thinking, and obviously duplication of information is never necessarily something you want to do, but possibly having a synchronization feature, because we have a vendor in the US who we have to actually put tasks into there for, but we use Jira as well locally. Once their projects are finished, we lose access. We don't have access to it, and we lose access to all that information which we collaborated on. So possibly a way to easily synchronize a project would be beneficial.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'd love to talk to you afterwards to get more details into it.
So in my day job I do architecture, in my night job I do development. So I've used a whole range of products. Now for me, I like Jira, like Confluence, like Fisheye. Other products, have you run out of ideas? I mean, because other stuff is, what's the next big thing? Do you have any sort of direction of what's going to be the next thing? Because those are really cool. Other stuff is, it's a sort of, I use GitHub, I use IRC, I use all these sort of things, and the other sort of products are more enterprise, if you like. So is there another sort of really cool product coming out?
This mic on? Yeah. So so the product name is, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. But no, but on the flip side, what do you think we should build? I mean, you're...
That's not, sorry.
Is there anything, like, if you had a magic wand and you could get 10 people at Atlassian and build something for you, what would it be?
I'm trying to think of one of those to put on your survey. But I mean, a lot of things are covered, and maybe there is no new thing. So you sort of, you're still, because in the old days it was a lot of innovation and that sort of thing, whereas now it seems to be catching up with enterprise and getting people to take that, moving into enterprise sort of thing. Refining, if you will. But I mean, I love all the products, but there's some of those that are really sort of out there, like the Fisheye, awesome, Jira, really good, Confluence, really good. Some of the other ones are a bit sort of, and I know obviously from people up there, we've got Confluence and Jira up there, so they're sort of the flagship things. Is there another sort of awesome thing coming along?
I think it was in the presentation earlier. Have you tried Stash?
I just use Git.
Yeah. So
I do use Bitbucket, but I use Git as well.
yeah. So I guess Stash is when you're looking for the next bigger thing, and Git is going to become the next bigger thing. So for repository management and collaboration, really the big thing is not really a new product, but how we integrate the existing products. So that's something that we're working on currently. Like, how can we optimize the workflow between the different products? How can we surface information from Stash or Fisheye and Jira? How can we create a report to tell the manager which features have made it on a certain branch or have been deployed in a certain environment, right?
I forgot Greenhopper.
Greenhopper as well, yeah. Yep.
Hi. I really like the new look, and the new workflow editor has been awesome for us. It just simplifies the way we can dream up different workflows, which is part of what my question is, which is a bit more boring than that. It's around sort of licensing. We've gone from being a 350, 500 person organisation to a 3,000 person organisation, and we'll probably end up being a 20,000 person organisation. And we're licensing the products, that's not the issue, but we have certain divisions who've gone when they were small and bought plugins, and your plugins have got to be to the basis of the product. So for Confluence, we've got a Glyphy plugin for our designer people, and we've got ad hoc workflows for our customer experience people. But there's a dozen of those, but I've now got to go and fork out for 2,000 user license for those plugins as a result of upgrading my Confluence all of a sudden. Do you have a model in mind where you can come up with segregating Confluence based on the number of users where that add-on only appears to that level?
So this is a really popular feature request that we get from several customers, about decoupling the plugin pricing with the product pricing because of the value. It's really the optics of you want to make sure that, hey, I only have a certain number of subset of users. So we are definitely listening to you guys loud and clear. We're looking at revamping that. I don't know exactly when, but it is a very high priority request that we definitely hear you. We're listening to you. We're trying to look at the pricing scenarios and the correct licensing for you guys. So I'm the VP of Product Management. I didn't mention that earlier.
Hi. Sorry. This is a Confluence question. I think I was one of the few people that liked Google Wave, the real-time collaboration aspect of that. Any plans to integrate some of that real-time into Confluence, editing of pages, etc.?
Yeah, we actually we're really keen for that internally as well. We know a lot of customers are keen for that. We had a couple of meetings only a couple of weeks ago, actually, looking at some alternative solutions to that. So we have huge challenges with Confluence in that, technical challenges, namely behind the firewall challenges, and also because our rich text editor and the concept of macros and a lot of those concepts that other editors out there don't have to deal with. We are thinking about it. We have a lot of smart brains put together in a room a couple of weeks ago trying to think about different techniques and ways we can solve that problem. I guess similar to the previous question, it is something we want to nail. Stay tuned. I can't give you any more than that.
I think we have one more question that we can answer. Is there anyone new that has way back there? All right.
Yeah, hi. I work with remote workers only. There's no humans in the same room together. So I need Skype, HitChat, and FlowDoc to do our work. Is there any way you could bring FlowDoc functionality into HipChat, or basically the one-to-one collaboration only is a problem in that I need Skype to do my group chat. to do the video, and so on. So FlowDoc is popular for me. It also involves sort of RSS feeds and stuff that Confluence and Atlassian product doesn't have in there.
Yeah.
So, I'm Frankensteining my life away with all of these things.
So primarily after FlowDoc and HipChat integration, the primary thing?
So FlowDoc has integrations into your products, and unfortunately it doesn't have some of the capabilities of HipChat. So I find myself using all three for different things, and it's a Frankenstein sort of thing, which I'm not happy about.
So I think the answer is yes, we will take over the world with HipChat. But I mean, you can see a lot of the mechanisms are there. So HipChat is really, like, we can put a lot of things into HipChat. Like you saw Bamboo build. So FlowDoc's really an aggregator and helps you do a lot of that aggregation. HipChat's an awesome platform for doing that. And we're looking at video and taking out, making HipChat the center of the world as well. So it's definitely on our radar.
Okay. Please hurry up.
We are. I missed that. Tagging in HipChat. Besides tagging people, I haven't heard about that one come up. Not yet. Open feature requests. So we've got food and a lot of people who probably want to chat to each other. So thanks a lot for your time, guys, and thanks for closing our road trip. Whoa, hang on. Okay, food and the bars in the back, and
They'll circulate.
go. Okay.